show evidence of having been partially devoured by their murderers.
My apologies. I just realized my mic was muted. I had this really nice speech and now it's gone. No worries. Let me adjust something really quick here. All right. Allow me to reiterate. Um, as per usual, my name is Helix. I am the Raconteur of Despair. This is The Grind. And tonight's story will center around family and the psychological trauma and damage family can do. Not all families are fortunate to be loving, or even the ones that are can still end up damaging the ones they love due to their view of trying to do the right thing. And when we find ourselves facing our better halves and knowing that only one can survive under a certain situation, what do you bring to the table? Do you let the monster inside you consume you and survive? Or do you choose the benevolent act and allow the other one to survive? Both seemingly think they are doing the right thing. So with that in mind, we are going to pick up our scene. This should be working. We return to a place called the Never. A place in between and outside of time. Here, we join Damaris. Damaris, your consciousness is enveloped in darkness. And as you begin to come to, you are invaded by the violent flashes of memory of your sister, the one you love, and have spent a better part of as long as you can readily recall trying to find her, trying to help her, and only to be granted the gift of agreeing to have her kill you. These images flood back into your mind of agreeing to this ritual and knowing that she has to carve into your body and watch your flesh die. Your last thoughts were, is this really the right thing to do? Or am I just being lied to by this demon again? In that thought, you awaken to this weird space of reds, blues, teals, this membrane of a cavern that is moving, and you are floating, moving through it. You have no sense of body, no weight. or gravity to speak of. You see all of these lights just flush through these, what looks like muscle fibers with webbing and different lights and vague blurred images. And within that space, you hear a voice.
Wake up, kid.
Screw you. Where am I?
Welcome to the Never.
Ah. What is the never?
This is the place of all the potential that you could be, but never will.
We're in the brain.
I'm sorry.
Sorry. So where should I go from here then? If I can even move. Right.
Yes, you can move.
Guess forward a bit. Where are you?
You look around and then you see him. He's floating right beside you. It's this mass of like tattered robes, blackened but also vapor and shadow. And you see the white skull with runes carved into it, and the horns.
Here I am.
Okay. So, territory.
Who am I?
No, I'm assuming you're a maggot.
Slipped through the cracks, did it? My name.
Guessing you're not. Are you?
Yes, we were one.
Yeah. So, how's this gonna work when we get where we're going?
Well, to get to where we are going, we have to take it from someone else.
Yeah. Any tip? I mean, like,
You have to survive.
great. Well, I'm really boned in that category. How don't you?
Yes, you are.
That means you're gonna be facing yourself too. Don't even give me that smug. Nah, don't even.
Yes, and you
So-
will hold me back.
I mean, probably. You're the one in me, man. Now, which one do we go to? That's the real question.
This place
How the hell do
seems
we
to
navigate?
find you.
In that
Alright.
moment, you are passing through one of these column-like membranes, and you are flooded with these images of a completely different life. You are having a totally different career and a happy, normal life. no pain, just good times. And then it's gone. And it's behind you. And you're floating through the cavern again.
Assuming that was fun. What up? I guess press forward, see if there's any more columns like that.
So you're attempting to choose one. I need you to roll
I'm just
notice.
trying to find one.
They're everywhere. They're all around you as you just fly through this space. It's an endless maze of them.
Instead of find me, I might as well go ahead and give it a hand.
Yeah, you need to roll notice.
Yeah, 6250.
6250. As you pass through another column, you see like blurred images of yourself, and you place a hand through it, and you are stricken with memories and emotions that are not yours, but are at the same time yours, and you feel the pain and suffering of this terrible life that you could have lived, even worse than the one you have now. Just years of suffering.
No. Backing off that one. I'm gonna keep just floating forward.
You were lost and pathetic.
Like you have any fucking direction. Your
I
best
do.
direction was it'll find us. Then please be my guide. Then be my guest here.
There's only one problem with that.
Narky bastard. What's that?
You're holding me back.
And how am I holding back in this plane?
Because you're weak and you won't survive.
Probably. Worth a shot though. We got like a what? 2% chance? I'll bet those odds we're already fucking dead.
Very well. We are going to have to join once again, spiritually.
No. Are you gonna put me in that fucking hole again? Because I'm not about that.
Did you like that?
No.
Well, you're gonna need to go back, because I don't need a distraction.
You're such. Yeah, sure.
Really? Very well.
In that moment, he envelops your body with this cold shadow, and it's almost like frostbite type cold, and it just consumes all of you as this world just fades to darkness. But you do get a small window, like you did before, to see where things are going. In this moment, he begins to pick up speed, and as he does, this membrane type expanse where everything seems wrong begins to shift and become more aggressive and aware of his presence. Things move faster and faster, and it turns and twists, and it looks like at times where it's moving so fast it's hard to tell, but it's almost like this cavern is like reaching out to grab him. And then he stops, slows down, and finds this one wall. And you look, and he places his hand gently at the edge of the wall, and it shows a life of you, much stronger. Much stronger. You've dealt with some of the supernatural problems in this world, and you've come out the victor and learned from it and grown from it. And what's more important than even that is you see walk into view just like it wasn't nothing. Your sister. Just, hey. And then walks by. And it's in that moment he's got this sense of satisfaction.
That's the one.
Once we agree on.
He needs to die.
Let's get to it.
Very well.
In that moment, he plunges into this world like an invasion of black smoke. And you see a new expanse of this darker cavern. And you see yourself, well, a different version of yourself, just lying there, slightly surrounded by a glow that comes from nowhere in particular. And there's this booming voice of, "Wake up, boy." And this other Damaris comes alive inside this expanse. And that is who you are going to be in this moment. The second version of yourself.
Wake
The
up,
fuck
boy.
is this? Yeah. Where the hell am I?
It's time to die.
Okay. Is that me? What happened?
What you see, Damaris, is a shadow with a skull. It's actually blackened. It's not a white skull. It's got this curved horns and elongated teeth, and it's got robes that just hang into the air. Now the space itself is dark, but this shadow seems to stand out as a more darker presence.
And what in the hell are you?
I'm you here in a few minutes.
Okay, that doesn't really give me many.
Look, I'm in a hurry, and you need to die.
Look, man, you interrupted my day. At least I can get us where the hell I am.
Oh, we're inside your mind.
Oh. That makes
So, are you going to put up a fight?
well, yeah. Spooky ass doesn't scare me.
Good. I've been bored for a long time.
Can I, while I'm talking to him, can I check on my hip and see if my gun's there? Mostly out of
You
reflex.
actually go to check, and in your mind, it manifests, and you're holding it in your hand. You didn't have to reach for your gun. It's just automatically there as soon as you think of it.
Oh, cool. So I'm gonna think of my my favorite toy, and that's the Kalashnikov.
Very well. So, this is where we are going to enter combat.
Mm-hmm.
There is no initiative order. The stats determine who goes first. You can declare your action, and I will declare mine.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna take a couple pop shots and roll to the right.
Okay. Roll the appropriate identity.
Yes, I did. Oh, well, that's depressing. The first time I roll it, 100 versus 50.
Oh. Yikes.
Yikes, indeed! The first time I roll that ability ever.
So this in particular, this one action, will move you 2 spaces on the gridiron, because this is the worst possible outcome. I need you to recall one of the most terrible moments of violence where you failed. Because you relive that moment in this instance.
Oh, the most terrible instance of violence I've ever witnessed.
Where you tried to do something and failed.
Yeah. So, quick setting of the scene here. It's downtown, kind of a, I wouldn't say ghetto part of the area, but pretty downscale, you know? Definitely gentrified at this point. Yeah, there's kind of some, we'll just say gang stuff going on to keep some names out of it. And about 14 to 50 of us got caught, and 12 of them got executed in front of me because I wouldn't give a fucking name. And that the fucking blood, man, it was fucking everywhere. Holy shit.
Yeah.
I could hear their fucking screams, man. Yeah, I could. God, fucking Jose had a brother, man.
As the bullets hit, it's almost like they hit yourself when you hit this creature, because you are flashed back to that moment, and you relive those emotions. They begin to just weigh on you heavily, and then you snap back to this place, this expanse, and you look at yourself where the blood is, and wherever the blood was splashed onto you, it begins to erode your body.
Okay. Well, alright. Apparently I don't know the rules of this game. I say that.
My turn.
Yeah.
He lunges forward and just stretches out these long, alien-looking bone of hands. They're blackened, and they rip into and grip your rib cage and puncture your body. And he is going to attempt to possess you. Okay, I need you to roll. This is a helplessness check. And do you defend with the appropriate ability? It should be on the right side of your chart.
Are they so tiny? Read. Connect.
Connect.
Yeah. 73 versus 30.
That's actually lower than what I rolled. So, you are flashed to a memory that's not your own, where you see yourself doing this ritual with this carved skull in an apartment, and something flashes on the ground and fire erupts, and it goes wrong, and you see this demon come out of the floor, and it begins to possess you inside this moment. You're flashed into this reality, and you instinctively reach for your guns, and you're like, oh, fuck this. And you shoot. And it actually works. You repel this thing back into the floor, and then you're flashed back into this moment. And he pulls his claws back, and he's like, all right, I guess I'll have to try a little harder. So now we enter into the second round of the gridiron.
So he's right up on me, right?
Yes.
Like he is. Okay, cool. I'm flipping the little switch on the bottom of my underbarrel attachment and flipping the shotgun handle down. I'm going to unload to his face.
Roll.
69.50.
Okay.
Damn it.
I rolled a 99.
Oh.
Fuck. Ow. That didn't feel too good.
Yeah. You might put me down.
No.
Okay, I'll keep at it then.
So in that moment, you have a chance to react because of you basically scatter this creature, and then it kind of tries to reform itself. So you get a chance to perform 2 actions in this moment because I rolled a 99.
All right, so question. Can I still manifest stuff?
Yeah, this is your mind.
Cool. This is home turf. Awesome. I'm going to manifest kick to his fucking face for one. And try to get off of his hands, or he's got me.
Yeah, he kind of pulls his hands back, and
As
when
they
you
do.
shot him, and then you can kick him. So you can roll struggle.
Yeah. 4750.
Okay. I don't get to defend that one.
And then I'm gonna manifest an F1 grenade in my other hand. That isn't my.
What do you want to do with that?
You know I'm gonna do with it.
You get a chance to use it. The
Oh, cool, then
manifestation
yeah.
is instant. You can just.
Oh, cool. Can I shove it in his face and pull the pin?
Yes, you can.
Into his robes, I should say, and pull the pin.
You have to roll. This is also if you choose to roll struggle again, you will get a negative shift because you've already used it. So
Gotcha.
you can use something else, maybe an identity or something.
Yeah, I'm rolling it. It just hasn't worked out yet. 87 of 50.
Okay, I get a chance to defend. I rolled an 88. So not only do I lose that challenge, it's also doubles, which makes it a significant one. As you do this, he reaches for it, but it falls like somewhere into his mouth, and he tries to reach down into himself.
Fuck.
You instinctively think you need to move backwards. So in that moment, tell us of a moment where you were significantly successful in an act of violence, or yeah.
Oh man, so that's good because that kind of connects with earlier. So there was retribution of what was done. I hunted down a single person who had been a part of that execution,
Nice.
taking care of in their own ways. But this thing ain't shit.
In that moment, as you shoot, bullet flashes come from nowhere and everywhere at the same time out of the darkness surrounding you, and begin to light up this creature as well. And you see it just get shredded, and you lay into it as well. There is one final round as they continue to shoot at this creature. It's like echoes in your mind of things you've done are also helping you.
Mm-hmm.
We're in the final round. What do you wish to do? I can't
I guess
hear
for
you.
the big finale. I said,
Okay.
oh man. I guess for the big finale, hopefully. Just reach behind and manifest an RPG and just boom.
Fair enough. How do you wish to attack?
One time it works.
Oh, it hasn't worked yet. You have to roll, but you can choose to roll any ability or identity to attack with.
I just did Wittgenstein finally.
It's not popping up for me.
13 versus 50. Came through when I needed it.
Okay, there it is. All right. Yeah. Even with the negative shift, he can't defend it. So in that moment, what is this finale of psychic attack that you launch on this creature?
Oh man,
This-
in that explosion, if possible, I want to harbor every single life I've ever taken, just to fucking punch him in the face at the same time.
They just begin to shred his existence away. He manifests at one time as fire itself, and then still it's not enough to reach you. It's like he's trying to get back to you, but gravity itself is like pulling him away.
Mm. Now, hey, you big spooky bastard. Got any last words?
You hear nothing but silenced screams.
Oh, that's good. Now, get the fuck out and stay out.
In that moment, you return back to the floor, seemingly tired, and you return back to sleep. Now, as Damaris returns to sleep, we move our story and our scene to New Athens, September 15th. In Olympus Park, Central. There are 5. We see 2 old men sitting at a bench playing chess. One is wearing light gray, really nice suit. It's almost got a bit of a shimmer to it. And the other man is wearing a jet black and also a very nice suit. It's kind of contrary because you see these 2 faces. They are very old men. Their hair is well kept, but still well aged. They would be 70s, 80s. But they look like they are slightly wealthy. They have good posture, good health, but they are indeed very old. They are sitting playing chess on a chessboard that has pieces made of stone. The light pieces are a white and gold marble, and the black pieces are a black and green marble. The chessboard matches this stone slab. Around the sides of this chessboard, if one were close enough to inspect it, we would see small etchings of something. We can't quite make out the writing as the audience. It's not quite close enough, but it's just enough to know that it's there. They are sitting in the park while people run by, play, and, fly kites and have picnics, exercise, take walks. And they sit very close to and in shade of a very old tree. This white tree stands apart from any other tree in the park. It is immensely large, not cartoonishly so, but it's seen a lot, and it's been there a long time. And its genus is not local to the area. It's very alien. We watch as one of the larger branches of this tree begin to wither its white bark and seemingly grow old and shrink and then break off and die off and land on the ground next to them. When I say next to them, I mean fairly close. And they don't seem to bat an eye as one makes a move on the chessboard, the other continues. And we are going to change scenes back to Damaris. Morris, you are laying on something cold and metal. And you feel the breeze of the outside air. It's slightly cool, not frigid. You feel the warmth of perhaps an evening sun. And you hear birds chirping, water running. And you open your eyes and you seem to be laying on some kind of metal type of slab. And your vision immediately opens to a gravel road surrounded by forest. And you're about 3 or 4 feet off the ground.
And what's happening? I'm too hungover for this shit, and that dream was weird as hell.
You feel a hand on your hand. And a hand on your shoulder. Wake up, sleepyhead. You jerk. And you open your eyes. You realize you're laying in the back of a truck. The tailgate is open. And you jerk and you see a woman standing there Wake up, sleepyhead.
Okay. I'm gonna slowly set up.
1 second. My audio kind of crapped out on me. 1 second. Okay. That should still work. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Wake up, sleepyhead. You're gonna sleep the whole day away.
I mean, that was the general idea, yeah. Ugh. I'm gonna raise up.
You see Drea, your sister.
What's up?
You were supposed to come here and have a picnic with me.
Yeah, but I'm exhausted. I'm sorry.
Well, that's not my fault.
Dude, I had a weird dream. That was weird.
Really?
Yeah, it's weird. Starting to just kind of fade. It's one of those dreams.
Okay.
I just had it.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
There was something about a silhouette. I don't remember. Damn it. Anyways, you said there's food? Let's eat.
Yeah, there's all kinds of food. Come on.
Fuck. Alright, I'm gonna go with her to get food.
She walks over to the side of the truck and pulls this duffel bag from over it and throws it over her shoulder and starts walking into the forest.
Would be mine laying around.
You don't see one.
Is there one in the truck?
She pulled it out of the truck you were laying in.
No, I meant I was looking to see if I had.
No, there was just one duffel bag.
Okay, I'm just gonna follow her then.
She's surprisingly more muscular than most people. She seems to hike a lot, enjoy nature. You notice she's wearing also loose clothes. They seem to drape a little bit. Not really hiking gear, more like I'm a hippie and I live out here type of gear. She's got like a sash with different pouches on it that she throws over her shoulder. And you go by this nice creek and sit down and have a nice picnic. I really appreciate you coming out here. I know it's a little bit out of the way for you, but it does mean a lot. I know I don't get to see you very often. What with everything and all. So.
Yeah, sorry about being so tired.
Well, that's okay. You're here. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm gonna dig at food.
Yeah, a few minutes pass and you got the food out and you're eating. You begin to get your head back and remember that you packed this duffel bag. This one is yours. She's like, I also really appreciate this because I don't get to enjoy city food as often as I used to.
Oh, I mean, yeah, basically living out here, I'd imagine. You know, you can still pop into the city. You're allowed.
You know better than that. You can't tell anyone I'm here.
I know. Come on.
People could still be looking for me.
Yeah, but it's you. You just fucking put your hair up in a fucking bun and put it under a hat or something. You know what I mean? Take one of my jackets or something.
Look, the work I'm doing out here is too important. I have to figure out what's going on.
I know.
If you really want to know what I'm doing, I can show you something if you come see me sometime at night, one night. I'm on to something. It's really interesting.
You and I both know those are famous last words in this city. Careful.
Look, this isn't a movie. This is real. And
oh yeah, it's very real that people
yes,
hear when they're on to stuff in this city.
it does have a bit of magic to it that I might show you one day.
Right.
But for now, if you want to see what I'm trying to find out, I can show it to you.
Yeah, of course. You know, my curiosity is can't help myself. Yes, of course.
I can tell you this, it's huge, it's big, and it's bigger than the city. But I just don't know what it is yet. But
Okay.
I've seen it.
So, how long until dark?
We've got maybe a couple hours, then I gotta, head back up to the hills. About that time, your phone buzzes.
Pull out my.
It is an appointment that you have set 7 reminders for. That it is coming up tonight, very soon. And you have a meeting with 2 people you know, Eve and Morven. And it's extra important that you be there. These details were vague. You were instructed to go to this street and then meet up with everyone and then go to an alleyway. There's supposed to be a club somewhere that you're supposed to meet someone, a contact. They haven't given the name yet, but they said they'll know you when they're there, and they have information about things that you have been not only employed to research, but implored through self-motivation to find out for yourself. It's related to some things your sister was accused from. And about that time, she's like, what are you looking at? This is our time.
True. Hey, Dre. I'm gonna have and you show me that tonight. I have to meet some people about your stuff going on
What?
in the city. Your stuff going on in the city.
What are you doing?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry
But
about it.
I
You're
also
not
have
supposed to
to-
tell anybody I'm here.
Oh no, I'm not. Don't worry. You should know me better than that. I'm not obvious. Ugh.
Just be
Come
careful.
on, you found my journal in like 8th grade and I was writing it in cipher because I knew you were trying to read it. I'm not stupid. Like,
Just be careful. You're going into the city at night, meeting someone you don't know.
and you're
I
out here
assume.
fucking with shit that's possibly bigger than the city. You need to be careful, alright?
I am careful.
You think you got a handle on it, but I don't think you really do, alright?
I'm always careful.
Huh?
That's
Which
why
is
I've
why you were
survived this long.
excommunicated to the forest, yes?
If I wasn't, I'd probably be dead or in prison. I can't
You weren't
do any of those things, so I'm here.
proving my point, Jay.
Well, if you
Point
get some
is,
useful
I got my
information,
ass covered.
tell
I'm
me
gonna
about it.
try to get some. You try to stay alive. Don't get in. Back. Probably say tomorrow night.
Okay,
Same time, same place. I'll bring you some more food.
deal.
All right, cool. I'll bring. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. I'll bring double what I brought. I'll bring you some shit. some steaks to cook whenever I'm not here. I got you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got you.
She gives you a big, long hug that lasts for almost an uncomfortable amount, like she might not see you again. And she pushes you away and says, "Get out of here. Leave the stuff with me."
Yeah. You still got that emergency transponder just in case?
Yes.
Okay. I got my my fucking watch tuned to that frequency now, so it'll alert me off, so I always have it on.
Okay.
Seriously, shit goes downhill about.
I've been
gotta
out
do
here
is-
this long. Do I have I needed it
Look.
yet?
No, but I say the same thing every time, now don't I?
And it gets more boring each time.
Oh, shut up. Go do your hippie thing. Fill me in later. I'll catch back up with you tomorrow.
All right.
Back to the truck.
So you make your way to the old truck. It's blue, beat up Ford. This is kind of a vehicle that you would pick up to be not traced, and if it gets damaged, it doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And you
I
head
should probably
back.
drop it off and at the around the block I got it from, you know.
You can head into the city to meet Morven and Eve, and we will change scenes there. We'll pick up the scene there.
Sure.
So we see this old truck drive around the destination that it was supposed to be, and then pass it, and then park somewhere else. And then we see Morven walk up to the corner, joined with Eve, waiting on Damaris. You all meet.
Hey guys. How's it going?
Shit like, yeah.
I'm munching on like a gas station hot dog.
Very
Glad to see
nice
you
for
made
it.
it.
Yeah. I mean,
You might
should I
stand out.
not have? Oh. Should I not have made it? I mean, like looking around me all paranoid and shit now. Like head on a swivel, like you hands on the back of my hip a little bit, you know, like should I not have made it, or you surprised to
It's
see
a
me?
strange city, and we're here to discuss some strange things. That's all. You don't need to worry.
So in this moment,
Not about me.
we know that the audience would be aware that Eve has been to this place before, and Morven took notes but doesn't remember being there. But this is 15 days later from that night.
Okay, so what is this club we're going to?
Bit strange to explain. It'll be better once you see it. Almost unbelievable.
Well, I guess lead the way.
Right. This way.
You make your way through. very strangely going down this alleyway that doesn't make sense with just flat, smooth stone. Turn after turn, you eventually arrive at the glow of a sign. Damaris, you see a very large jazz sign pointing into a wall. Morven, you see the same thing. Eve, you see something different.
What is this, a fucking speakeasy?
It very much feels like that.
Not quite.
That would
That's
imply that
fine.
there's legal alcohol, which I don't think this country does.
The only reason I say that is because there's a fucking brick wall.
I'm sure you can get things of illegal
No.
varieties here.
Oh yeah,
But
I'm
I
sure this
don't think
brick
it's
wall's gotta give
mainly
us a
for
lot.
that.
As you're walking closer to it, you realize that the door is like cut out and moved back. It's like very hard to see unless you're right up on it. But it
What
is a
the-
very elaborate gold door, marble.
All right, well, fuck me sideways. There is something here. I'll shut up for a bit.
That's nice of you.
Eh,
So, like, are we opening this door then?
That's what I'm saying.
Well-
we open this door.
Last time, Morven, you wouldn't recall. We need a
Wouldn't-
coin.
Oh, you've been here before.
So, do you have
So
a
have you.
coin?
You just don't remember.
You do not have a coin.
I do not. But let's see, maybe if someone will just let me in. Can I knock on the door?
Yeah, you knock on it, it's like solid stone.
Just a polite little hello.
It's
Anyone
like
about?
it's like knocking on the side of a building, concrete.
You know what? Let me try something. I believe we exchanged phone numbers, my new acquaintance and I, didn't we?
Yes.
I'd like to text them and say, we've arrived. Could you possibly come let us in?
I text back and say, I'll be there in a minute.
Oh, excellent. She's already
Um,
here. She'll let us in.
Ooh,
Strippers
okay. Yeah.
would know that since Eve is awakened and been there, the door will open for her.
Ah, okay.
Do you relay that information to her, or do you want to keep that for yourself?
Yes, I tell her to try the door again. And I specifically say, you have to be the one to.
Oh, okay. I'm going to try the door.
Easy enough. This immensely large, 2 to 3 foot thick stone door opens, but it slides like it has no weight. But when you like move your weight like back and forth on the door, you can tell it's heavy. It's like a vault. And it opens into darkness.
Don't worry. This is perfectly normal for this place anyway. It appears you have to be awake. That doesn't mean anything to you yet. Just
No. My notes say something about this.
oh, that's right. You took note.
I did. Wait, that's what it.
Pretty sure I'm awake.
Oh, wait, what?
Morven, let's just save it for when we get inside. Come on. And then Eve's just gonna walk on into the darkness.
She vanishes. No sound, no sight.
All right. I guess I just walk on through.
Age before beauty, yeah.
Don't make me shoot you.
As if you would.
Ah, you're right.
You both vanish into darkness, and it's almost like no sound. The door closes behind you, and then it stirs very slowly, but gets louder. And the next thing you know, you're pushing through a door. Into a very expensive club.
Holy shit, it is a speakeasy.
Well, this is swanky.
I mean,
You
apparently you've been here before.
Wait, I think, according to Eva, have.
You see all kinds of
I think
people
I remember this.
doing.
Man, I really use a drink about now.
What drink would that be?
Probably just keep it simple with a Guinness, man.
It's in your hand before you finish your sentence.
Oh shit, Morven, what is this?
That appears to be a pint, my friend, but where did it come from?
That's what I'm saying, my dude. Alright, where'd Eve go? I got
She's
some
right next to you.
questions. Eve, what the fuck?
Right. Come on. I know you've got a ton of questions, but this isn't the place to ask them. Let's grab a booth, and that way we can have a private conversation.
Stripper,
just
you
follow
see them
me.
walk in.
Follow me.
I'm already sitting at the bar, drinking a drink from an opaque black glass and with a reusable metal straw. And if anyone gets close enough to get a whiff of it, it might smell a little.
Okay.
And
You
I,
see-
I turn.
Go ahead.
I turn and I see Eve and Morven approaching, and I notice they've brought someone new.
Stripper,
And,
what were you
um,
wearing?
I-
I have to ask for reasons nobody knows yet. What are you wearing?
I'm wearing another custom leather bustier.
Okay.
This one's a little bit different from the last time they were there. It's less intricate and more streamlined. You can see the whalebone
The whalebone.
lining it. Well, it's kind of buried under the leather, but you can see like the little ribs of it kind of popping out.
Okay.
And she's also wearing leather cufflinks that take up most of her forearms.
Okay. What does it look like on the back?
On the back, it's solid leather.
Okay, so it's covered.
And she's also wearing a garter belt and pantyhose
Okay.
and 6-inch.
Yeah, you all see them. Well, Stripper sees them go to sit down at the bar, and as soon as they do, the music kind of dulls a little bit, and the sounds of people talking blur.
Now we should be fine to talk.
I turn to the person I don't recognize from the last meeting, and I
You go
say,
sit down with them?
"Hello." Yeah,
Okay.
and I say, "Hello, I'm the stripper. What's your what do you go by? We don't use real names around here."
Fuck, I haven't had to use an alias in ages. Just call me Bob.
Names have power. How about the advocate?
Bob is good. Ah, the advocate. Why the ad? What is that?
It just
I
feels
need you to roll,
appropriate
Damaris.
now.
Roll what?
Self. This is an attack on yourself.
$25, $55.
In your
Attack
mo-
on myself.
Yeah, you need to defend with the right ability.
Yeah, notice. My bad. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, 12 out of 35 still.
Okay. In that moment, you hear that word, and you just get a twinge of a shiver on your shoulders. and that face you saw in your dream flashes just for a hair of a second.
Yeah, can we go with Bob?
I don't think Bob suits you, but it's your moniker.
Mm-hmm.
Go by what you
Bob
like.
the Advocate.
Oh,
Hey, Bob the Builder.
just every time they say advocate, you can just see me shudder a little bit. Ugh.
Bob the Relationship Builder. Oh.
Once I get them all gathered together, I take them over to a private booth.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the booth you all sit down at, and the world around you kind of fades and blurs a little bit, gives you privacy where you're at. And it's a very strange experience as you sit down. You literally hear all of the voices around you muffle and quiet.
So let me get this straight. As soon as we leave here, we're not going to remember anything, correct?
And that depends on whether or not you're awake.
I don't know why everybody keeps saying that. Pretty sure I'm awake.
Not in the
Uh,
way you're used to being awake. It's a different sort of awakening.
Yeah, you need to have powers of some sort, right? Heavy trauma stuff.
I turn to Eve and I look at her kind of incredulously and I say, they're both dreamers?
It's what I'm working with here. Trust me, he knows enough that his lack of experience makes up for his lack of knowledge here.
Stripper, you know that there was supposed to be another person with him, but he's not here. And the person that he would text probably would have been you, Stripper. And, well, not text, but message through the message board that he found you in. And he would text Eve because he would have Eve's number. He said that something came up at work. He can't make it as much as he wants to. It's impossible for him. Have to reschedule another night.
It's unfortunate we couldn't get everyone together at the same time, but I guess we gotta do the best we can with what we got. Speaking of doing the best we can, Eve, we need to wake these dreamers up. You know that.
I know. But
Doesn't that involve, like, heavy mental scarring? I'd rather not, to be honest. I've had my fill of that.
Yeah, same.
You people have no idea what you're up against, and I look directly at both Morven and Demarius when I say,
Time bubble stuff?
they
I
know
know.
some.
What are you talking about?
Apparently I was here before, but I don't remember it, and I took notes, and it's all starting to make sense now. Fuck, finally.
this isn't about what you remember and what you forget. This is about whether or not you're strong enough to fight against the people who are doing this. And if you're not awake, you're not strong enough. Period. End of sentence.
As much as I don't mind meeting on neutral ground, which I don't, it seems ineffective for us to have large conversations in which half of the party will not remember what's said. Just makes me think that maybe we should have this conversation somewhere else, so we can stop repeating ourselves. I get a feeling we're doing that a lot.
Understandable. We could try meeting at my apartment sometime after tonight.
I have a
It's safe
studio we
there,
could
it's
go
secure.
to. I have an office as well.
I mean, I have probably a half dozen safe houses we could use if necessary, but
I told you he's valuable, despite he's worth it. He's worth the
so
extra
Stripper,
effort.
tell me this much. If you're awakened, can you stop a 45 caliber from entering your skull?
Depends on how many charges I have.
I'll make sure to make it fully automatic if I ever have to.
Charges.
Now then, do not underestimate me. I am here with her. I don't care if we're awakened or not. Lay out what we're going through, and or let's set a place to meet so we can get this shit over with. I got places to be and I got someone to take care of, so.
We all have places we'd rather be.
And so far, this looks like a wasted time because it's just been talking in circles thus far. So, I'll be honest, I'm about to dip.
Well, I know for a fact that my place is secure. I know nothing about these safe houses you speak of.
Oh, they're probably not magically secure, but we damn well tried.
Tried how? Explain.
Cinnamon owed me a couple favors. That's all I should have to say.
She doesn't reply with words, but she's impressed that he knows who they are.
I'd be willing to go to one of those safe houses. I mean, if you have someone impressive helping you design them, evidently, then
Oh, from what I understand, he is the best, but he could have also put some stuff for his own advantage in there for all I know.
well, do you trust this person or not?
Fuck no. You should never trust him. That's like trusting a lion with your newborn. That's dumb.
You shouldn't trust anyone, but here we are, and we need each other.
Yeah, so let's go to her apartment then.
My place it is.
Fine enough.
Ooh. So you're gonna choose to leave. Okay.
I'm going to choose to leave with a handle of liquor that is just magically appeared in my fist.
I
Hey,
take a
you,
few
that-
seconds to finish drinking my drink first.
It's
Okay.
very expensive labelless whiskey.
That'll work with me. Does it disappear when we leave, or what?
Are you drinking a drink, Morgan?
I mean, well, answer my question, guys. Does it disappear when we leave, or?
I don't know that I've tried to take a drink out, but I'm going to enjoy my drink on the way to the door.
It does.
I have to.
Little bottle of Blue Wicked, then, I suppose. If you guys know what that is, I forget what's British and American.
I just refill my beer, but this time I think of a paper bag around it first.
It's
I ain't about
as
to
you
fuck the
imagine.
police.
So, do you all make your way out?
You did.
Whose car are we taking?
I would probably just wave down a cab.
Going by my track record, any of the ones that we want.
I came on my bike, most likely, so
I would have taken a Lyft or an Uber.
okay. So whatever we do, I'd like to keep my bike on. It does have a bike lock. I could go and fetch it, but I'd rather not.
Why
I
don't we
will-
just get an Uber and we'll PayPal you some money?
How far away is it?
It's not very far. It's only a few blocks away.
Let's just walk.
Oh shit! Yeah. Okay.
Oh, well, yeah, we can walk that.
Yeah, if the weather's nice, we can walk.
Mm.
Fine.
I take a minute to change back into relatively normal clothes first, but I'm still wearing the heel.
Okay, so you go
Rocking that
change.
style, by the way.
You go to change, correct?
Yeah, it doesn't take me more than a few minutes.
As you pass the bar, the barman, he's cleaning his glass as always. It's almost like the same glass every time. He just casually says as you leave, "Be careful."
You know me, I'm always careful.
Yes, but just be careful.
I give him a brief nod, and I usher my companions.
As you go to change, there are changing rooms. There's also, there's if you have the coin, you can have a place to stay there. There is a room you can stay there, or you can literally just go into the restroom and change. Would she have spent coin to stay, like have a place there, like a living place?
I don't think so, because she has her own really nice apartment, so
Okay.
she probably doesn't need to spend the.
It's expensive. So would you go to the changing room or the restroom?
Probably just the restroom, just to change real quick.
Roll me notice.
Okay.
$54.
Yes, 54 versus 40.
Okay, you change and back into normal clothes, and you make your way back onto the floor. As you all are standing there waiting, Morven and Damaris, you see all kinds of people from almost like different time period clothes. Some wearing like Mardi Gras stuff, some wearing burlesque things, some not wearing anything at all, and having a very good time doing so, doing some very not safe for work things in full view of everyone. And you have people gambling with gold coins, and what Morven would see immediately is they are using tarot cards and not playing cards. As the stripper walks back onto the floor.
Kind of game. This looks interesting. I mean, my mother always took a very dim view on gambling, which, yeah, like, what are the rules for this? Do you have to, like, sign your name down on a tournament, or can I just slip in?
The stakes for these games are high.
Oh, what? Like, how high are we talking? Like,
Higher
I'd
than
imagine
you
it'd be
could,
the
like,
last wager you'd ever make.
well, it
I'll
seems
explain
a bit
it all
silly
to
on
you.
there.
I'll explain it all to you when we get to my place. That way you'll actually remember.
better that way.
Fine.
Okay. So you make your way out. Stripper takes a cab, or are you walking? You're all walking?
We'll walk.
Okay.
Yeah, if the weather's nice, we can all walk.
It's a little chilly at night. Not terribly. But you make your way. Where do they go, Stripper? Describe your place and how to get there.
My place is in a really nice apartment building overlooking the what was the name of the park you just said earlier?
Olympus, there are 5. There's north, south, east, and west, and central.
So it's in one of the nicer apartment buildings that is across the street from Olympus Park South. It's a really nice 2-bedroom space. I have one room that's an actual bedroom, one room that I kind of use as like a home office, and then the living room. And then I have this really large balcony that overlooks the park. It's just a perfect, beautiful view. There's a little sweet tuxedo cat that's just affectionate and adorable, kind of lounging around on one of my couches. And in a way, it almost resembles a museum because there's a bunch of artwork on display and hanging on the walls that almost looks like it should be in a museum, but it's just part of my personal collection that I've gathered over the years.
Very nice apartment. As you all walk in, what floor is it on?
It's on the top floor. It's a penthouse suite.
Okay. How many floors would be the building total?
I'd say about 25.
Okay. As you walk into the apartment, you all see the tuxedo cat. However, you immediately are stricken by one second. I get so used to hearing that music. You are immediately stricken by the weird observation of this cat as you all walk into the room. It's standing on its hind legs, looking at all of you with its neck stretched up, like it's looking you in the eyes, all of you.
Hey, little buddy. I don't need to get defensive. We aren't here to steal anything. Hiya.
It doesn't say anything. It's just staring at all of you like, who the fuck are you people? It has a weird intelligence just by looking at it. Like when you start talking, it looks at you in the eye, in the face.
I give him a little scratch on the ears and I let him know these are mommy's friends. It's okay.
It looks up at you when you're talking as you're scratching its ear, but it's still standing on its hind legs. Then it just goes back to looking at all of you.
You have a lovely
Still
home.
always this answer?
Guessing we gotta reach and scritch.
It actually takes 2 or 3 steps back, still on its hind legs.
Interesting.
His name is Dana, although more often than not I refer to him as Little Ass.
Did you train it to do that?
I don't know. He's his own unique little animal.
That's unique. I've never seen a cat do that. Although I've only ever had one cat.
He's a sweetheart once he warms up to you.
I'm sure he
right.
is.
But
Just
he's
how
also a
much
very
more
good
going on.
Cats.
But he's also a very good judge of character, so he may not warm up to you. Just depends.
Well,
Nice.
I won over the one in our house, so I think I'll be able to win over yours too.
Merp's just, my cat back at home, she wouldn't know an evil man if, he came over and shanked her in the ass. She's just nothing between the eyes, bless her coat and socks.
So, for what we were here about.
Yes, about the murders and the fact that we're trying to march into this fight with 2 dreamers.
We need to wake them up, but I don't know how to do that. I've never woken anybody up, and the way I was awoken, not something I'd even be able to repeat if I tried. I doubt it would work on them if I did.
Wait, why are we here?
That's right.
Well, you see, Morven, they make it sound an awfully lot like they're trying to fucking kill us. But you
We're
know.
not trying to kill you. We're trying to wake you up because we have a serious fight ahead, and you're stronger when you're awake.
Oh, this is to do with the notes I made, isn't it?
Exactly. Thank you. Okay. We're meeting here instead of
Right.
at that bar because when you go in that bar, you forget things.
What bar?
Exactly.
Yeah.
The one we were supposed to meet her at. But
If
instead,
this
now
is
we're
an
here.
out of season April Fool's joke, I swear to God, Eve.
How often do I tell practical jokes?
They're often the most impractical of jokes, and they're not very funny, but you tell them anyway.
I'm not.
Yeah, you all don't remember going to a bar. You remember standing outside in the alley next to an entrance to a jazz club, but you never went in. It was like you were walking out of it, and then you walked to her house.
Right. Remember me opening up the door?
Vaguely. But it was just darkness on the other side. It looked like it was closed or something.
And then I walked in. You saw me walk in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then you walked in after me.
And then
Don't remember that.
Yeah.
The next thing, you were all walking out together with someone else.
Listen, that place, we can go back once you're awake. You remember when you're awake. That's why she and I remember. It's not as important as why we're all together. The message boards that we met on, the facts that we were talking about, the things that have happened. That's what we need to focus on right now.
If you say so, might as well get on with it then.
I do, because Stripper, I believe you've got some additional info that you were going to provide once you met my new friend, and I realize meeting another dreamer probably isn't what you anticipated, but at least I'm awake, and we've got two that potentially can wake up. And I don't know what's going on with... Well, we'll see.
Quick out of character question. Where on my character sheet does it say how many charges I
Let me fix that for you.
Because I want to use a spell, but I'm not sure if I have enough charges for it.
I forgot to put them on. 1 second. So it should be under your identity. I just updated them.
Oh, great.
Okay. Well, I turn and look at Demarius. And I say, we don't know each other very well. But I want to know if I can trust you.
I mean, honestly, as of right now, I'd shoot you dead for a skittle, but that's because I don't like what y'all are talking about. So
It's the
Listen.
rainbow.
until y'all get to
Listen.
explaining exactly what the fuck awakening or whatever the fuck y'all are talking about is, I'm gonna remain hostile. I hope you know that. You got to think of it out of context here. You all know exactly what's going on, apparently, whereas we do not, and we're completely in the dark, apparently. And you're talking about waking us up or some shit, and you make us meet this weird stripper. We lost a lot of memory. I mean, what how do you expect me to fucking react right now? You better be glad I haven't
mean,
already popped you in the head twice. Not you, Morgan.
Damaris, I get that, you're a product of your past and circumstance, but like, what else have you got to do this evening? Like, what, you're just going to be a distrustful prick all evening and learn nothing?
She just
Once they
smirked
start offering to teach us
slightly
something, I'll start learning.
at the idea of him killing her with a gun. She just kind of like smirks, like, "Oh, little boy, you don't know what you're in."
The Uzi on my back belt says otherwise.
Well, she doesn't say those words out loud. She just has that kind of like smug little smirk on her face.
Yes.
Ignore him.
Honest to God, do not piss him off. He is armed to the teeth. OOC. Just saying.
Ignore him. He has a short fuse. But be that as it may, he's related, shall we say, to the case. In an intimate way.
How intimate exactly?
Yeah, I don't
Very.
know this bitch. So don't you be telling her my personal details.
She's the one from online.
Damaris, you have been in contact with this person. They do know details about what you've been looking into. You don't know how they know, but they know things that even you didn't know. So
Yeah.
I wouldn't air your dirty laundry to just anybody. I'm only trying to gather all the facts that we have.
All right. OOC, I'm gonna make something clear real quick. He wasn't aware until like just now that she is the person. If you notice, I haven't addressed the fact you've said that like 3 times either. So,
yeah, that's
I mean,
my fault.
I am aware of that, guys. No, I'm aware of that. I'm just playing off the fact he's not completely aware of that yet because he's kind of stupid.
I feel
Anyways.
like that there's a tension. We all need to chill out. Do you happen to have like any tea in the apartment?
Marvin,
Do I?
It's your apartment.
Tea.
let her have her tea.
I don't think she's accustomed to having guests over at her place. And obviously she's not a tea drinker, so probably not, unfortunately.
Fair enough.
Do you go look for tea, or do you just say we have tea, or we don't have tea?
Unfortunately, I don't really keep the apartment well stocked with supplies for guests, so no tea. I'm sorry.
Hey, no need to apologize.
It's fine enough. We'll survive.
Yeah. Maybe some sort. Let's do one of those kooky little icebreaker things in the class, like, stand up and say something special about yourself.
Let's just everyone take a deep breath. And I too would like to do a little bit of something. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. Send it to me on Facebook because I can't get
That's what I thought.
And what were you going to do, Stringer?
What was I gonna do?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wait a little bit until Demarius is a little bit less hostile.
Okay.
Because if I tried to use a spell on him now, I figured that might trigger combat, and that's not what I wanted.
At the very least, you'll trigger Damaris.
Probably.
So you're all standing there talking.
Mm-hmm. I'm begrudgingly still standing there, yes. We'll see.
You're not obliged to be here. You can go home if you like. Sleep is
No,
healthy
he's a
for
part
you,
of this.
man.
He needs to
See,
be
I
here for
would-
this discussion.
I would if I didn't need information.
Cup, then.
And see, the whole time he's just thinking on earlier. Like, definitely preoccupied compared to this shit. You know what I mean?
How's this for information? We're trying to prevent the end of the world.
Yeah, there's that.
Oh,
There's
Huh.
that.
Huh.
are you exaggerating for dramatic effect, my dear?
No, she's not.
I wish I were.
Oh,
No, wait a minute. How exactly are us four supposed to stop the end of the world?
We have to stop the ascension.
What in the fuck is an ascension?
Okay. Level 1, you're asleep. That's you. Level 2, you're awake. That's us. There's a whole bunch of shit in between, but basically you get to the end and it's ascension. And when a whole bunch of people do it at the same time, it can make the world, the universe go boop. So we're trying to stop that.
And why is that?
I don't fucking know. I don't have all the answers. I just know that I don't want the universe to explode because I live here. So
Yeah, we all live here and we want to keep living here. I'm assuming, unless you have some sort of suicidal death wish. We don't know.
I mean, considering the scientific known vastness of the universe, are there like awakened aliens then? Surely there's some sort of space force already onto this. They're really the only people here.
Like the Macari.
I think you need to smoke a little less weed.
hmm.
I haven't had anything, thank you very much. This is just my natural intellect flowing from my lips, dearie.
Then I'm both happy and sad for you.
Thank you, so am I.
As far as I know, other planets, other aliens don't have anything to do with what's happening on our Earth, in our city, in our specific little time bubble that we're all trapped in. Yes, we are trapped in a time bubble.
Time bubble. Okay.
There's a lot of details that aren't exactly clear. A lot of things we don't know, a lot of missing pieces. But each of us seem to have a few pieces of at least a similar puzzle.
Y'all seem to be like 20 pieces short of a whole puzzle.
Are you any less?
Fuck no, but at least I acknowledge it.
So am I.
There's a way I could find out how many pieces he's short. But I would need his permission. I don't want to force it upon him.
Interesting.
And what exactly would that be?
How do you do that?
It's non-invasive.
Damn well better be.
He pulls out a gun.
There's no need for that, sweetheart. I play rough, but I don't play that rough.
Then yeah,
End
you
of
have
the
my
world.
permission as long as it's not gonna fucking hurt me, and not gonna want to shoot you after it.
It's not going to physically hurt.
Oh great, more mental trauma. Yeah, sure.
And somehow he's not awake.
I want to use my Lick Minor Inform spell. It's
Okay.
2 minor charge.
Do you want to share the name or not?
Didn't I just share the name?
That's the subsection of that spell.
Okay. Taste of Venom is the overarching name of the spell.
Okay. So describe how you want to do this and roll.
I walk over to Demarius and I take him. I take both hands and I hold his hand surprisingly gently. My hands are very soft. And then I kind of turn his face to the side and I lick from the bottom of his
What
jaw
in the
all the
fuck
way
are
up
you
the
doing?
side of his head.
You said not invasive.
Roll.
You want to cool your jets there, Rapey McGee?
definitely invading my personal bubble.
So
Crap,
what
what
does
do I
this
roll
tell
for
you?
this?
You roll the identity.
Apparently, it doesn't tell her where personal boundaries are.
Your skinomancer.
91 versus 45.
So when you do this, you don't expend the charge, but it does fail. You try to weave into the mind and you feel something blocking you. It's like something else is blocking you.
Well, that's something.
What are you doing?
After I finish,
What can I say? I got a hard head.
after I've finished licking up the side of his face, you see me kind of recoil in disgust, like I have a really bad taste in my mouth. And I'm like,
A little bit bitter.
When you lick an incel,
something is
dearie.
up with you.
I was like, I just look at her and I go, a little bit bitter?
What are you?
Huh? I'm human, as far as I know.
How many
Like
marbles?
one. I breathe like one. I was born like one, so I assume I'm human.
Huh.
I'm just kind of glancing at him. I still have this really sour taste in my mouth, and I just in my
I want to
brain.
know. What I want to know is why you just suddenly licked him and then tell him he's the one with something wrong.
I know, right? Isn't it just weird?
From an outside perspective, you know, color me confused. You know.
I turn my head to Morven and I look directly at her, and I'm like, as soon as you wake up, Dreamer, you'll know.
I heck and hope so, but like, how long's that going to take? I'd rather have answers at the moment rather than later.
By the way, the cat this whole time has just been like,
It's still doing that?
yeah, it hasn't stopped. It's just been
Is
standing there.
that just how he stands?
Yeah.
Head over
Out of
to him and
character,
just give
I'm
him a
super
kind of
impressed she
casual
had the
sup.
cat prepared.
So, dude. Look, I'm all for being
you
kind of.
You want to try again? Or whatever you're trying to do to awaken me?
You actually can try
That
again if
wasn't
you
to
want.
awake.
If you want, you can try again. You won't expend the charge if you fail. But something about it sent a shiver down your spine. And you did hear
That's
that
why I said it
voice
the
in
way
your
I
head.
did.
No.
I will go ahead and
Damaris
try
did not
one.
actually hear that voice.
I know.
Only the stripper did.
Oh, he's just being smug because she couldn't do whatever she was trying to do.
I will go ahead and try again. Just one
Ooh.
more time.
Okay.
Roll.
Ask this time?
Ooh, here we go. 7
go.
versus 45.
And this is the minor.
Yes, the minor one. It allows me to experience his memories over the past 24 hours.
Okay.
God, you're in for a trip. Have fun.
So, in vague terms, you cannot see the world around you. It's only kind of like a sensory type of thing. But you hear him in... What would he be doing the day before, Damaris? He just woke up.
The night before he was drinking,
Okay.
but the day before probably tackling some of the stuff on the case his own way.
Would you have been at the compound?
The compound? No, yeah, maybe. honestly a maybe on that one.
Okay. So he was in an office somewhere working on things. Just describe that emotional state while you're working on something.
Frantic, very focused, mind going everywhere, but trying to focus on the task at hand.
So he was frantic, and then he let off some steam. What was that emotional experience?
Fucking got drunk as shit.
Then he had a good time, and then you experienced this very sharp, acrid type of taste and memory of some darkened trauma. And then, like, it's just like fear, then fight, then triumph, and then awaken to peacefulness. And somewhere outside, you get the senses of eating like a picnic and nature, and you kind of hear muffled talking of a female voice. And then at the end of it, you hear a voice in your head.
Get out.
There's more to you than meets the eye.
What am I, a transformer?
No, it's
Make you way
darker,
cooler.
more
I don't know, if I
complicated.
just push a button, turn to a vehicle, that'd be dope.
Fuck
I
yeah,
kinda-
shoot lasers.
See,
I
more
kind of tap him on the forehead and I say, "You're not alone in there, are you?"
me and the 70 other voices. Why do you ask?
No, not 70, just one.
I beg to
Damaris,
differ.
you don't know what she's talking about.
I'm referring to all the people I've killed, but yeah.
Yeah. But when she says just one, you're like, what?
What the fuck?
Are they friend or foe?
Are you asking me? Because I have no clue what the hell you're talking about.
I turn to Eve and I say, "Waking him up could be dangerous."
Waking him up is our only choice.
We should do her first. And I kind of nod my head at Morven.
It's probably the easier way to go. I don't know how it happened for you, but it wasn't exactly pleasant for me. I don't really want to be nearby when anyone wakes up if it's anything similar.
Oh, heck. What, are you guys going to deliberately try and mentally break me to the point of magical awakening?
No. Probably not. No.
Yeah.
I turn to Eve and I say, "She could watch me feed."
And I'm out.
That already sounds creepy as fuck.
Pistol immediately goes to my leg in my hand, and I start walking towards the door.
I'm gonna
I'm gonna try.
all this
The
as
whole
well.
context of this conversation is just bad. I hope y'all can realize that. So I'm walking towards the door.
Mari, come on, don't be a
Are
little
you
bitch
gonna
boy.
tell them or should I? Do I know that tidbit of information? Because I don't know if he would have revealed that on our...
Which message me on what tidbit?
Okay. Because...
If we're talking about my passenger, I told you everything about him.
No, not that.
Okay.
Tomorrow, if you walk out, I'll do another tarot reading on your love
Yeah.
life again.
Nobody knows about a Magulon in this current state.
No,
Dude,
not
you always
about
call the Reaper.
Andrea.
It's dead. We know that. All right.
Maybe not this time. Maybe you'll get, I don't know, fucking Ace of Cups.
Nah, man. It's either Hangman or Reaper every time. Every time you do that reading. It's just so discouraging.
You've
Well,
got
it's
your
not.
cards. You got your cards. You can do a reading.
Oh, God.
Message me fast.
Okay, why not?
Eve.
Yeah, I got it too. I assume yes, but
Okay, yes. Eve does know that. And so does the stripper. So does Damaris. I don't think Morven would know. Morven, you would not know this. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Drea's fingerprints were found at the scene. And Drea is Damaris's sister. They all know this. Morven wouldn't know this. Damaris was surprised that the stripper knew this online. However, to give everyone and the viewers some additional context, there were some series of ritualistic murders. Some took place at a abandoned orphanage called the Herringer Estates, and they were sloppy. They took place 6 months prior to the other 6 ritualistic murders, in which they were grotesquely and surgically removed of all their blood and their bones cracked in different positions, their jaws split open, and their organs have been placed in different locations and sewn together, and the eyes were removed, placed in the throat, and then there was a ritualistic platinum symbol burned into melted into their skull. It was fused into their bone, and it was an inverted pentagram surrounded by 2 crescent moons and encircled by a reverse Ouroboros. And there were different images. What got Damaris's biggest attention was the stripper was able to send images to Damaris that he had not seen of these ritualistic murders. And we know collectively that Drea was a suspect for quite a while, but then later dismissed, but also never found. So it's kind of up in the air, but that case had gotten cold. There were no more leads on it. So all of that is context. Morven would know probably that there was the ritualistic murders and that the symbol mattered because it was shown, and there was a bunch of occult stuff that she was basically approached by Ewan a couple times to advise on, and then she started investigating and found some other things and added information that was relevant. So that's why she was brought in. As Damaris is trying to walk out the door.
No, I'm walking towards the door.
Yeah, towards the door.
This involves your sister and involves you.
I was like, y'all gotta remember, this bitch just licked me twice. Y'all are talking about letting her feast. There's only one dude in the room.
She's not going to eat you.
Talking about forcibly
God.
awakening this. Like,
Stop
the whole
her.
I'm
situation
not going to feed on
stinks.
any of you.
Stop being so narcissistic. The whole world doesn't revolve around you, but this detail does.
You
Your
show me the one
sister
who
was
keep me
there.
alive.
We're all the only ones that keep ourselves alive. Congratulations on existing.
Could you both just shut the fuck up and let the nice lady speak, please?
So, yes, TLDR, end of the world. We need to stop the ascension of 333 people to a higher plane of existence.
Damaris, this kind of rings a couple bells of research in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you're
And
stopping
the
and like,
Ophion
what?
Society.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Morven would know from her notes Damaris this would be the first time he heard it.
First time you heard the name of the Ophion Society?
Yes.
The Ophion Society is trying to stop this, and I guess you could say they recruited me to help, but I'm not a member.
You're a mercenary then.
Did
More or
you
less.
did you went into regular clothes, right, stripper?
Yes, and I purposely put on a long sleeve shirt.
Okay, just checking. Continue.
The Ophion Society is helping us, and there is our mutual friend on the internet.
Mm.
Anonymous random text man or woman or person.
About that time, all of your phones go.
Speak of Satan.
There's just this glitched out hand waving on your screen.
Oh, is he
Speak of the
omniscient?
devil.
Nah, he's just always listening.
That's kind of what omniscience is, but okay.
Nah, just through our phone specifically, I think. But weird thing is,
So
this is
you aren't
military grade
real.
encryption.
It is.
Looking at my phone.
Hello, mysterious friend. Pixar, you aren't real.
You can make a connect roll,
Shit.
Morbin.
I'm just bringing the sheet up because it's the first time I've rolled today.
No response.
59 V45.
The cat is still watching all of you. Just.
Jesus Christ.
I sent you a message on Facebook, Helix.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Cat.
Stripper, what do you need to feed?
I need a willing participant.
What happens to the participant?
Well, they don't need to be willing, but I prefer.
And what happens to
Okay.
the participant? Do you take some of their power? Do they get weaker? Do you kill them?
They do get weak for a few days, but as long as I'm careful, they recover.
You,
It's not exactly a
judging
pretty
by
sight, though.
putting my notes together and just the general vibes you're giving off, do you do some sort of succubus stuff? That's kinky. How it works?
You could say it involves sucking.
It's
My imagination's running wild.
not
Hello.
anything I've ever heard of before, not your particular talents, but you seem very gifted.
I try.
I prefer you as an ally. Yeah, allies are useful. I'm just gonna look sharply at Damaris. They get things
think-
done.
I think you're cool. I think power of friendship, guys.
Sure.
Hey, maybe sometime we can meet up for Greek food or something.
Greek food really isn't my thing anymore. I mean, unless they have a Greek name. And And I kind of look at Morven, and I kind of want to test the waters a little bit with her. And I put my hand up with my nails up, exposed, and I kind of let them just grow like an inch or two.
You watch these black claws, and it takes an unnerving, sinister feel as you see just these talons just extend almost from over top of her nails, from the cuticle. They extend out further and they sharpen to a point, and they are glistening onyx black. And they are very long, at least 1.5 to 2 inches. They look like talons.
Wow.
So not a succubus, a harpy. Got it.
That's dope. That's a lot cooler than the shit I've got on you in my notes, which is just weird ear thing. So,
I turn to Demarius and I say, the technical term is strigoi. Harpy is racist.
Whatever, you feathery fuck.
We're bringing PC culture into fucking mental trauma and awakening. Okay, fair enough.
That's not exactly an average manicure you can get at any salon.
Oh, sweetie, it costs a fortune to get my nails done, but I'm worth.
Damaris, you can either roll knowledge or your occult identity. If you want to remember that term, if you want to know that term. See if you've come across it in your research and experience.
Is that no? Excuse me if this is the wrong roll. They're all super pixelated on my screen for some reason. Yeah, that's it. 2255.
You've heard that term before.
Mm-hmm.
There was a couple weird legends originated from Greece, maybe. You're not really sure. And the more you dug into it, because you were bored, it was kind of like a form of a vampire. That's what strigoi are.
Fascinating.
Jesus.
So, like, there's that. There's your licky thing.
I bet you could decimate somebody with those.
You're
And I'm
you're
holding
quite
up
a
my
cool
hand
character, aren't you?
with
I-
the claws. And I look at Morven and I say, how far outside of your comfort zone are you right now?
What's your unnatural notches?
I mean, and I've got 4.
You're gonna have to roll. This is an attack on your unnatural.
What do okay. Okay.
This is a failed. As she looks at you with her eyes and those claws, they just are too sharp, and you feel very uneasy. This is a fail. You can mark a failed in your unnatural. You can fight, flee, or freeze in this moment.
I guess I freeze. Cause I like you. I don't fancy being shanked, and I have bad memories.
You can't really have a conversation about it. This is terror.
Fair enough. I guess I just I guess I just freeze up and kind of look at them, kind of confused and slightly afraid. Very afraid, actually. In fact, extremely afraid. Expression of dread.
When I see her freeze up, I kind of retract them and they shrink back down into my normal looking nail.
There's a much more sinister tone in the room now, as everybody's staring at each other.
So I should probably go get my Uzi blessed then. Got it. Just
She
looking dead
wanted
ass
to
at her.
hurt us. She could have already.
We're all on the same team.
Yeah, until we aren't.
I know.
Aren't you something?
I'm talking about me.
Eve is fascinated, staring at the stripper. Morven is terrified, and Damaris, your phone rings, but then it goes to voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
It's from an unknown number, not a glitched number.
Can I see one of your claws?
Do you?
While they're doing that, I'm gonna listen to it. Yeah.
Okay.
I kind of extend my hand and let her play with my finger.
I just want to reach out and touch the very tip and see how sharp it is. Kind of run my finger very carefully along the side. See if it's sharp enough to give me a paper cut. I get like goosebumps from it.
Oh, it's sharp.
That's incredible.
Please no.
You didn't answer my question, though. What do
Ask it
you need
again.
to do to feed? Pardon me. What did you need to do to feed?
I need blood.
How much?
I sent that message to you on Facebook. As you hear that, you hear that message in your ear, Damaris, and then you hear her say that in the room at that moment.
Is this an immediate need, or is this something that you've got under control well enough?
It's a daily thing.
I just look at my phone
Usually
defeated and I put it away. And I go, fucking fine.
Is our friend
Usually
being
the-
chatty again?
Oh, eat my fucking ass, Eve.
No, thank you.
Probably tastes weird. I don't know.
Not my flavor, darling.
Usually the club takes care of my needs, either at the bar or through a willing customer. I've already fed for the evening, so neither of you have anything.
I wasn't worried. Very interesting. Well, that's going to be useful.
So, what do you do, Damaris, when you hear that and they're having this conversation?
I just listen and chill.
Okay, Damaris gets really quiet in this moment as he's changed his demeanor to from hostile, mistrusting to basically calm and observant.
Oh, still hella distressful. I just watched her fucking nah.
Did I notice him listening to the voicemail?
Yeah.
Anything you'd care to share with the class, Damaris?
Not particularly.
Anything relevant?
Not for you guys, no.
Why do you get to decide what's relevant to me? Anything relevant to what we're all trying to work on together?
Personal information you get to know about me. Don't even start that.
We're all together because of these cases. And you're the one that's being difficult and mistrusting.
Difficult. She's a fucking vampire. Excuse me.
And she
Morven,
hasn't
that's
done
the
us
first
any
time you've
harm.
heard that, as well as Eve. You've probably kind of put two and two together. Morven, you have definitely kind of tried to figure it out, but when she said blood, it was like, whoa, wait a minute.
Wait, so... Oh. Well, wait, if it's just like is it like... Is it anything like on TV? Because if it is, then I highly doubt that's what's going to awaken me if I watch you do that.
It's like nothing you've ever seen before.
Okay.
All the stuff you've seen on TV about vampires, that's like the gentlest, kindest Disney version of reality.
What, even Nosferatu?
All of that's fantasy.
Fair dues.
The reality
I'm
is
learning
much,
today.
much worse.
Okay. Remind me not to fuck with you. Haha.
As long as we're
hold on.
all still on the same team, we're fine.
Precisely. And why shouldn't we be?
Huh.
We all stand to benefit a great deal from stopping these murders and stopping this ascension.
I, for one, don't necessarily love this universe, but don't have anywhere else to live. So.
I mean,
I
yeah,
prefer it
like,
to oblivion.
what's the time limit on this thing? Do we have one? Or is it just meant to be an ASAP? Sorry, okay, ASAP. Do you know
ASAP
if they
is
take
definitely the best course of
prisoners?
action yet.
Stripper, you know that the event took place somewhere around the new year.
Well, things really kicked off around the beginning of the year, so you know, the sooner we act, the better.
So basically, if we don't kill X amount of people who we have no clue who they actually are, if we don't
3 months away.
if we don't kill X amount of people within 3 months, the world's over anyways.
We're not trying to kill X amount of people. We're trying to stop X amount of people from ascending.
Yeah, quickest way to do that is to fucking murder them now, isn't it?
No, it's not. It's to stop whatever has them ascending. You don't understand. It's got to be an event, an occurrence. It isn't just something you reach and poof, it happens.
There is a way to stop them from ascending, but we have to find out who these ascending beings are first, and then, only then, can we stop them from ascending. There's a ritual.
So, if I've taken my notes correctly, if they're ascending, that means they're already awake, which means we're up against some tough cookies here. Am I correct?
You are correct.
Yes.
Okay.
Which is why we said that you needed to be awake. And ideally, we would love to, maybe pull some other awakened people in, but I have no clue who's ascending. Do you?
Well, my main shtick is, tarot cards, first of all. Hello. Secondly, how soon can we get this shit over and done with then? Because frankly, if I am going to be mentally snapped in twain, I'd rather it be sooner rather than later. Get out of the way,
Fair enough.
There's a text for all of you from a glitched number.
I'll look at my phone.
Oh, look, 2 in 1 day.
What is it?
Pics I asked
I
for.
said, oh, look, 2 in 1 day.
It says you need the detective.
you talking about Ewan?
It
Oh,
must
you
be.
and I love that guy.
And it's at that moment we
Where
will
is you?
end our story for now.
Detective.
Thank you for watching.